Oh, welcome back to Vanderbilly.com. This is part two of a lesson on Traffic's John Barleycorn Must Die. In this part, we're going to cover the verse and chorus parts. So let's get started. Now, for the singing part, for the verses, you're playing the same kinds of chords, but there's not quite as much attention to detail on some of these. So you're going to try to basically pick the same patterns that I just played, but you've got a little bit of just straight strumming that goes in there. So the start of the verse is there were three men. So D to A minor. There were three. That's a men. Were three men came out. And you're strumming a C. And that's just the C with the G bass. So you're just going to keep your finger here. You're not playing all the way. You're not playing that stuff all the way up here. You're just playing this lower part. So it's were three men came out of the west. And then you're doing that same figure that you did in the introduction. Okay. And then the second part of the verse, you just play D to C to G and then back to this A minor thing. So it's their fortunes for to try. So far for the verse, we've got so that's the part behind the vocals in the verse, and then you repeat that for the second part of the verse. And these three men made a song about John Barleycorn must die. And then you go into the sort of bridgy, chorusy thing, and that's much more strummed. It's just strumming chords. And the first one is a C, and you sort of. So it's they've plowed, they've sown, and then when it's harrowed him in, that's an A minor to an A minor 7, which is just picking up your ring finger and then putting it back. So it's they've plowed, they've sown, they've harrowed him in. And then a C chord through clouds to a D upon his, and then an E sus 4, which technically is just. But if your fingers are a little large like mine, I mean you're way up here. So if you want to play it cleanly, you might want to use just this kind of barring from the A string. And you're only playing the lower part, so it's they've plowed, they've sown, they've harrowed him in through clods upon his head. Then the E chord, and then you bring this pinky down for that sus 4 and off. So and then you're back to then you're playing actually a D minor instead of a D chord. So and these three men, A minor, took the solemn vow John Barleycorn was dead. And then in between the verses, you just play the same thing as you played in the introduction. And the only part of the song that's different, other than that, is the very ending, the very final verse. He says, he stops playing and he just says, "Without a little barley," and then he plays an A chord and adds this this A. This it's the E string at the 12th fret, so it's technically an E, but making an A chord and you're adding that, and that's the end of the song. So that's pretty much all you need to play it, and hope you have fun with it. Take care.